Happy Earth Day, everybody. How are you doing today? So we are going to be coming together here. I just wanted to hop on a minute or so early just to give everybody a chance to get their yoga mat out. You don't need any props. Typically, if I was teaching this, I probably would have some things like a blanket or a block, but you don't have to have anything, especially since it's 4 p.m. and ideally I actually tested it if I could take our practice outside today since it's Earth Day, but the wind, even though it's not a lot, it was enough just to have this constant, which didn't sound very good. So the clarity just wasn't what I wanted it to be. But if you can be outside to practice today, you go take your mat right now and you go set it outside so that you can practice and enjoy all that nature has to offer. So those of you that can, grab your yoga mat, and this is a practice you will want to, if you can, come back to again and again and again, because it's gonna feel so good. So if you're having trouble with sound or things like that, leave me messages in the comments, because obviously, hi Barbara, hi Joe, hi Serena. I can't read when it's too little. I don't even know any kind of, you'd need like X-ray vision goggles or something to be able to see from the mat all the way over to your phone. Hi Barbara. So just make sure that if there's issues with our recordings, that as I'm doing these, that you do leave me comments in the comments, or if you want and have suggestions as we keep doing these practices, leave those in the comments as well. So let's get started. What I was saying, if you just hopped on, is it's Earth Day, and if you can go outside and take your mat to a porch or a patio. I had really bad wind issues when I took it out. Even though there's not a ton of wind, it's just enough to be annoying in the sound. So I'm gonna have all of you actually lay down to start. I'm gonna stay seated up here for a moment, but I want all of you to take yourselves and I want you to lay down. Hi Diane and Juhi. This is so exciting. We get to have yoga as healing. We kind of lost it on the schedule. So here's what we're doing right now. You're gonna lay down, all right? You're laying down. And it's Earth Day, so I want you to be as earthy as you can be. And some days that means I like my feet on the floor so I feel the earth, and I take them really nice and wide and knock the knees in. My arms in a cactus shape or whatever feels comfortable. And it might mean you like it out in a Shavasana, and maybe palms are down today just so that you can feel the earth. All right, so I'm gonna have you all start there for a moment while I just sit back up, and you're gonna all stay laying down so you can ground yourselves. So yoga as healing is kind of those of you that have never taken this kind of a class, it's not yin, it's not restorative, it's not a slow flow. It's kind of slow flowy, but it's probably even a little slower than a slow flow. It's a very nurturing, healing practice. Obviously in our world, we've been going through a lot of different stresses in a lot of different ways. So this practice is here to nourish you and restore you in whatever you're needing. And as long as you're sitting there or laying there right now, and you just say, I am open, the practice will give you what you need today. Okay, the practice will give you what you need. And as we think about Earth Day, what I want us to focus on is being in the present moment. And I find that when I do go out in nature, that it's really hard to think about much of anything else. I just get swept away in nature, in the present moment. And I think right now in the world where we're at, it's one of the hardest things to be in the present moment, because we have so much anxiety about what's going to or could happen in the future. But there's a sweet little saying that the past is history, the future is a mystery, this moment is a gift, and that's why they call it the present. And so Earth Day is about being present with who we are, And in the tradition of yoga, if we think of the chakras and the root chakra, we call that the Muladhara chakra. It is about the earth, the element of the earth. And the color is red. And it has to do with our sense of feeling supported. It has to do with our sense of feeling like enough and being at home in our own body. Some things we all could use a little, probably a bit more of right now, just feeling at home in our own body. So as you step on your mat today, or on this Earth Day, April 22nd, 2020, it's an invitation for you to connect back in to yourself. And it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm home with my 3 kids. They've gotten the very nice warnings to be quiet, but you know, it is what it is. So if there's commotion, we're just gonna keep on keeping on, okay? It's different, it's a different practice. So I want you to take one hand right now. I'm gonna come on my back too. Take one hand over your heart. Keep one hand on the earth. And right now, if your legs are straight, I do want you to bend them and take your feet wide and knock your knees in. Your eyes can absolutely be closed. If they weren't closed and you want to close them, you can close them now. And take a moment and set an intention. As you drop in, you remember the steadiness of the earth. That as sure as this earth is beneath our feet, there is nothing that we are given that we can't handle. But that doesn't mean that our journey is going to be easy. So let's use these practices to practice that sense of calm. Then take your feet a little closer together now. Stretch your arms over your head. Stretch your legs straight. And I want you to point your feet as you stretch your arms away. And take a big inhale. Expand your lungs. And as you exhale, flex your feet and bring your arms by your sides. And draw your rib cage a little closer together and feel your navel move back towards your spine, towards the earth. So inhale, point your toes, stretch your arms overhead, let your back arch. Exhale, flex your feet, bring your arms by your sides. Inhale. Feeling that breath, exhale. This practice is for everybody, folks. You don't need any experience. So if you're just hopping on, you've never done yoga in your entire life, this is the perfect practice for you. You don't even need a mat. Exhale. It's helpful, but if you have a floor, you're in business. 2 more times. Inhale. Arch, arch, arch. Exhale. Flex your feet. 1 more time. Inhale. This is really just soothing practice. Good, now bend your knees, place your feet to the floor. Similar, you're gonna lift your hips, keep your arms by your sides to start. Inhale, lift your hips, inhale. Exhale, lower your hips, reach your arms back over your head. Your sacrum will tap down, your back will keep its natural curve in. Good, inhale, lift your hips, bridge pose. This is not your biggest bridge, and you're gonna keep your gaze right up. Don't try to look at your phone or your computer. Exhale, keep your gaze right towards the ceiling. And notice the earth. Inhale, lift up. What's touching the earth? Feeling like a little squeeze. Exhale, every time something connects to the earth, it's like your body is whispering thank you. Inhale to the earth for all it does. Exhale, sacrum lowers, arms reach overhead. 2 more times, inhale. If anything, exhale doesn't ever feel good that I'm guiding you toward, please listen listen to your body. That's what this practice is for. Inhale. It's to learn what works for you. Exhale. This is the last time. This one, when you go up, you're going to stay up. Inhale, lift up. And now, if you'd like, you can interlace your hands underneath you. If your shoulders are tight though, some days I like to just hold the outer edges of the mat. My thumbs are on top, and if you don't have a mat, and just take your hands a little wider, palms face down. Push the back of your head. Your neck should feel clear here, meaning your neck isn't touching. Any of those cervical vertebrae are not touching the mat. And back body is supporting your front body opening here. Your thighs will start to warm up. Breathe in. Maybe hearing your Ujjayi breath in your throat. One more time. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe out. Reach your arms over your head. Take an inhale. Lift high onto your tiptoes. And exhale, lower down. And as you lower, see if you can really connect vertebrae by vertebrae back into the earth. Feels good. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. Rock a little bit side to side. Thank you for hopping on live. If you are on live, so appreciative. And if you're hopping on after, that's great too. All right, feet are gonna go wide now. Knock your knees in. You're gonna take cactus in your arms, all right? Your back has a natural curve. And as you inhale, you're gonna take your knees to the right. Inhale, lengthen your left inner knee away from your left shoulder. And then exhale, bring both knees to touch. So your feet aren't moving, although the soles of the feet will lift as you go side to side. So inhale, now legs left. Lengthen your inner right knee away from right shoulder, and exhale, bring it back up. So if you're unsure, you can always look or pause. Actually, I don't know if you can pause in a live, but you can look. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. So often in a twist, we twist on an exhale, but this is an open twist. Inhale. And as the legs go to the side, you're creating a sense of expansion in the open twist. So we're taking it on the inhale, and then exhale, we're bringing it back to center. And you'll notice it really feels good, hopefully. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're just gonna add on after this next one. Inhale, knees to the left. Exhale, back to center. Now this time, as your knees go to the right, I want you to stretch your left arm on the diagonal. So my arm's in cactus, so now my left arm is straight, like someone's tugging on my wrist. My arm's still on the ground. And just stay there for a couple of breaths. And if you're more open here and you wanted to hook your right ankle above your left knee, you could. Your outer right hip is on the floor, but the left side of your sacrum is, and your glute is lifted. Your left shoulder is ideally on the floor. If the shoulder lifts when you hooked the foot, just take the foot back off for today. So I know some days it feels really good to move slow, and other days you just want to crawl out of your skin. You just want to move. Those are probably the days you need the slow practices. If you can today, go outside and walk barefoot on the grass, on the cement, even on the rocks if you've got some. Feel all the textures. Good. Let that ankle, if you hooked it, slide down. Inhale, bring your left arm back to cactus as your knees come back to center. And now take one full cycle of breath, just noticing right to left. Exhale, let the breath all the way out. And now you're going to do the same thing. Second side, knees to the left. Now your right arm is going to stretch on the diagonal. You have the option to hook your left ankle above your right knee. I can't emphasize enough how our bodies need practices like this. And I know for those of you that are gunners, some of you love them, some of you, again, it's literally almost like fingernails on a chalkboard. It's so hard to just slow down But the benefits that happen in your body when you stay with an asana, when you stay with the physical pose so that it really can actually release your body and release that tension, it can't happen when you're moving too fast. So just stay with that breath. Appreciate how the outer body gives you feedback. Sometimes people get frustrated that they feel tight, that they feel stiff. I'm like, hallelujah, my body is giving me feedback. Thank you. What if you didn't feel anything? Is that really, that's not what you, I don't think, would want. It's so good that your body has these receptors and it's telling you, ooh, a little more, ooh, a little less. All right, unhook that foot. Inhale, bring it back to center. Yeah. I sometimes let out noises. Okay, figure 4, bring your feet in. That's the advantage you get now, because I'm not teaching, I'm still teaching, but now I'm practicing with you so you can see. Figure 4, right ankle is above left knee, but I get to do it with you. So I said in the first class I recorded, I sometimes have sound effects. So, sorry, not sorry. All right, right ankle. If you can, the ankle bone is just slightly outside of your left leg. Flex your top foot. And I want you to imagine your left knee is painting a tiny little circle in, it doesn't matter which direction, against that ceiling, if the ceiling were to come down, and you feel the connection to your sacrum. As you paint that circle, you're feeling that sacrum move a little bit left and a little bit right. You're feeling the earth. And I want you to use these mantras. I am grounded. I am supported. I am grounded. Now start to reverse your circle. I am supported. And then see if you can find about 3 to 5 breaths, depending on how fast or slow your breath is. Just being still. We definitely do have a tendency to move a lot, to overmove, to overfidget. And you know what? If your family is like, especially if you have kids just going bananas around you, it is actually, I try to, that's the practice, because that's our world, right? Out of control around us, and can I have this as long as the house isn't burning down? Can I have this sense of peace regardless of the circumstance? And sometimes the circumstance is real, like, loudness in our living room, and sometimes it's being creative, just through worry. The future is a mystery. This moment is a gift. And that's why we call it the present. Very nice. Now let go of that clasp. Set that foot to the floor. Stretch your right leg straight up towards the sky. And it's okay if there's a little bend in your knee. Okay, interlace your hands closer to your groin, behind the back of the hamstring. And I want you to point your foot as you inhale and flex your foot as you exhale. And if you want to, you are welcome to stretch your opposite leg straight. Totally optional. Point your foot. Now if your back, here's what I will tell you, if your back goes flush to the ground, it just means you're a little tighter in the hammies, no big deal. I just put the foot back on the floor. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Thank you, body, right, for giving us feeling. Point. Exhale, flex. Really lift that heel up. Toes wrapping towards your face. One more. Point. Exhale, flex. Good. Start to walk your hands up. Now I'm gonna bend my knee here a little bit because I want you to feel like you have permission to do the same. If you wanted to lift your head up and reach for your foot, you sure can. And I want you to just take 3 breaths for 3. Your shoulder blades may be totally lifted, they may not. 2. And 1. Good. Bring the right hand outside your right foot. Come to a half happy baby. Again, left leg, keep it on the floor, or I'm going to keep my hand on that thigh with the left leg straight. Now we're bringing some compression, some deep compression in that right hip socket. And now again, this leg, do not worry about how straight it goes, okay? You're going to stretch your right leg a little straighter. It doesn't need to go all the way straight, just straightish. And then exhale, bend it back in. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, bend it in. One more time, push it out. Exhale, bend it in. Good. Release that foot, set it down and out into a Shavasana shape for a moment. Take 2 full cycles of breath. Breathe in. You might notice some tingling. That's prana. It's like a really detectable way that we can feel prana and energy actually moving. Notice where yours is. I can feel mine in my foot. It's the most prevalent in my foot. Also feel it in the hip socket. But you don't need to judge it if you're not feeling anything. That's okay too. Okay, both feet flat on the floor. Second side. Left ankle. Click it right over the top of your right leg. Ankle bone just outside the leg. Thread your hands behind the back of the hamstring. Neck is long, so if we're tighter in the hip, what'll happen is the chin will lift here because it'll just, I don't know, just somehow it's the way the body kind of responds to the tightness. So lift your head, get a little pillow or blanket, set it under your head, draw your right thigh towards you as best you can. Move your left knee away from you, and you're painting those little circles. Little circles. With that right knee, your eyes can be open or closed. Switch the direction. Feel the breath, kind of like the running water over the earth. Breath is like watering your body. And then finding stillness, so just stay. You're here, just a few breaths. Where can you soften? A lot of times there's more tension in that left shoulder because the elbow is sometimes pushing the knee away a little bit. Try to relax that left shoulder just a little. Relax your face. Release your jaw. Your teeth, if they're clenching, soften your jaw. I can't have live music on Facebook, but if you're on Spotify, I have a lot of music. Just go under my name and search me, and I have a lot of playlists with healing in the title, and you just play one of those. Release your right foot to the floor. Stretch your left leg up, and you could play a playlist if you like music in the background at any time. You don't need to get up right now though and do that, but for later. Point your foot. I should have said it at the beginning. Exhale, flex your foot. Remember, your right leg has the option to be straight here. Your left leg can have some bend. Point your foot. Inhale, flex your foot. Point your foot. Oh, do you feel that? Exhale, flex your foot. Ah, all kinds of good things. One more time, inhale. This time when you flex the foot, keep the foot flexed. If you'd like, you can walk your hands up. Remember, you can bend your knee. You have the option here to lift your head, waking up that core a little bit for 3, for 2. Relax your head back down if you lifted it. Half happy baby. Left hand to the outside of your left foot. Right hand is going to come on top of your right thigh. the groin, right? So medial groin muscles here. Feel those, that hip socket, kind of closing off the blood flow a little bit. And so by just having this deep, deep flexion, that's why when the leg straightens out, you kind of feel this rush, this little bit of tingle. Keep that right leg really strong. Roll the right inner thigh towards the floor and pull with your left hand against your left foot. Pull down and push up with your left foot like you're trying to stamp up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to straighten the leg, inhale, and exhale back into half happy baby. So the foot, the sole of the foot in half happy baby is towards the ceiling. As you inhale, kind of turns out to the side. My wall happens to be there. Hello, wall. Exhale, bend. One more time. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend. Good. Gently release the foot back to Shavasana. Arms by your sides. Roll your shoulder blades toward each other and down the back. And ooh. It's the magic, folks. That's the magic. Good. Now we're going to roll onto the right side. Come all the way up onto all fours. Ooh, hello. All right. See, you made it. You made it to kneeling. How are we doing? Feeling good? Anybody feeling good out there? I'm feeling good, especially in the lower half. So let's get that upper half feeling some of that earthiness. So we're going to feel into the hands a little bit with some cat and cow. So belly drops, heart lifts, gaze, look up. Exhale, round the back. Inhale. The mantra for earth is, or the root chakra is Lam. L-A-M. Inhale. So as you exhale, you can use the mantra Lam. And just, you don't have to chant it out loud, you just say it in your head. There's some excitement in my basement, you might be able to hear that. Inhale. Woohoo, it's Earth Day. Exhale. I can assure you that's what they're cheering about. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Come to a neutral back. You're going to do that one more time, but this time we're going to take it on the forearms. Okay? Same thing, but we're going to reverse the breath with the forearms down. So you're going to inhale round the back. Feel like your back body is spreading, like you could sprout some angel wings, which the world could use some right now. And then exhale, drop the belly. You don't need to emphasize the neck, just more down. Inhale, round. Exhale. The breath might feel a little stuck this way. On that inhale in particular, you might like it on the exhale. Inhale, one more time. Push into the forearms, push into your thumbs and your index fingers. Try to hug your upper arms in. And then exhale, round, round, round. Arch. Round your belly bit. Arch your back. Good. And then come to a neutral spine. You're going to turn your left forearm so it's parallel with the short edge of your mat. Stretch your right arm forward and either rest your forehead on your forearm or maybe down to your mat. So your forehead, the top of your head is touching your forearm. You're going to keep reaching with that right arm so you get a nice little stretch on the right side of the arm. We call this a quarter dog. Take another breath, breathe in. Breathe out. Very nice. Walk that right hand back in so it's right under your shoulder. Lift your left arm up to the sky, open it up, and then you're going to thread the arm underneath, bringing the left side of your head down. And the right hand, I like to pop up on the fingertips, tilt the right elbow up. If you want to, you can take a half bind with that right arm Reach it behind your back for your left thigh. It's as though you could listen to the earth right now, right? And you may, if you're outside, you might hear some vibrations. You might feel some things. If you're inside like me, you might really connect and have a little bit more awareness into your breath. Good. If you're bound, release your bind. Stretch that right hand back down so it's in front of your face. Push into that hand and either reach the left arm back up towards the sky or just return it underneath your left shoulder. If you have a shoulder injury, this can be quite challenging, so just bring that hand back to you underneath. All right. Woo! All right, wiggle it out just a little bit. You guys remember that song, Wiggle It, just a little bit? Okay, maybe not, but if you do, I hope you just got a little jam in there. Okay, right forearm, parallel, short edge of the mat. Left arm stretches forward. Please have fun in your practice. Please smile more. One thing I do know is that the world will begin to heal as we all get more into alignment. So I know it's so hard to watch stories and to see things, and we definitely have deep empathy and deep compassion. It can swallow us up sometimes, right? Just the hurt and the pain. But what the world needs to help balance that is also people in alignment. It's people doing service for the world. It's people taking care of themselves, doing their practices, staying with their rituals of what feels good. It's talking to ourselves kindly. Because we can't take away that pain. All we can do is stay in the highest, truest forms of ourselves. Good, and then walk that left hand back in. So it's under your left shoulder. Right arm's gonna stretch up this time. Inhale. Sometimes I'll even twist the wrist a little. And then exhale, thread it underneath. Ooh, feels so good. All right, onto the fingertips. Twist. Rotating through that upper back. If you want to bind, I always give permission to myself and to people that practice in my classes. You don't always have to do the same thing on both sides. Sometimes sides won't allow you to do that just for certain reasons. Maybe you're working with an injury. Sometimes one side needs to stay longer than the other side. Good. Reach that arm up, back, and around. Remember, if you have a shoulder injury, you're going to push into this left hand and just return the right hand underneath you. Otherwise, if you want, reach it up. Inhale. Exhale. Set the arm down. Good. You're going to bring your right foot forward in between your hands. Now, I am on hardwood, and if you're on carpet, probably going to be just fine. If you need a blanket or a towel, go ahead, walk your hands up your right thigh. You feel that lung difference? All right, so we're going to take the Earth Mudra as we take our lunge, and if you feel a little wobbly, you're not drunk. Maybe on yoga, hopefully, but not on hopefully anything else just yet. You're going to take it's just a balance pose, right? You wouldn't think it, we're on the earth with foot and knee, but it does feel wobbly. You're going to take your thumb and touch the tip of your your ring finger with your thumb. Your other three fingers, your index, middle, and pinky are going to go straight. Take your shoulders back and down, and you're just going to let your arms rest by your sides. So you're going to sweep the mudra like you're scooping it up from the earth. Inhale. And then turn the mudra forward so your palms turn forward, and exhale. Lunge a little deeper and sweep the arms back. Good. Turn the palms up. Inhale. Exhale. So you find a little movement in your lunge that feels good to you. I'm kind of backing off as my arms go up. Exhale, and going a little deeper as my arms come down. The opposite might feel better for you. Inhale. Today I'm keeping those back toes tucked. Just feels more grounding. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Maybe use the mantra LAM. Exhale. Good. Now hands are going to go down to the ground. You're going to straighten that front leg into a half split, flexing the toes. And now I release the mudra, but I'm touching the earth. If you had a block or 2 blocks, this is a great time to use those under each hand. If you're tight, also you can bend the knee, right? The limitations we have are the ones we put on ourselves. I have to have a straight leg. I have to do this. I have to. Or I should. You know the saying, don't should all over yourself, right? Stretch the heart forward. Relax the shoulders out of the ears. Dig that heel into the earth. Push through your big toe mound and pull back through the pinky side of the toe, allowing your outer right hip to roll back. Left frontal hip point even with right. Take one more breath. Very nice. Exhale. Good. Bend into the lunge. Tuck those back toes. You're going to lift the knee. We're going to take some arm circles. So left hand down, back knees up. If it's too much with the knee up, you can always put that knee down. You're going to circle the arm forward. Inhale. Exhale, circle it back and down. If you want to drop the knee as it comes down, you sure can. Inhale, lift. Or you can keep it up the whole time. Exhale, down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Good. Exhale, down. Both hands inside that front leg. Turn all 10 toes so they're facing the long edge of your sticky mat. Inhale, stretch your heart forward. Your back is nice and straight here. It's okay if your knees bend. Exhale, forward fold. So your hands can be, if you're tighter, they'll probably feel more comfortable under the shoulders. Some of you could turn your hands back. If I get a lot of tension in my neck, some days I like to interlace my hands so that the pinkies of my hands are right on the base of the skull. And I hug in so that my forearms kind of kiss the cheeks. Gives a little pressure, a little traction for the neck. Notice if all your weight's in your heels, can you bring a little bit more distribution to the whole sole of the foot? So lean. Notice your big toe mound. Take another breath. Slowly releasing the breath. Nice. Hands down to the ground. Inhale. Stretch your spine forward. Excellent. Now you're going to just turn the other way. And it's so good to revolve around on the mat, right? The front is not the front. The back can be the front. The front can be the back. Okay. Push both hands in. Lift back. Remember the mudra? Okay. Take your mudra, your ring finger and your thumbs, other 3 fingers. You're going to inhale, lift up, turn the palms back, and then turn the palms forward. Exhale. Inhale, sweep it up. Maybe you're using the mantra, exhale, LAM. You can sing it if you're alone in your house. Inhale, get that vibration going. Exhale, LAM. One more time, inhale. Exhale, LAM. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands frame the foot. Ardha Hanuman. Hands to the ground, flex your toes. Remember that front knee, it can bend here. Now the back, especially if we're tight, it's just the way the body responds, right? We all have ways in which we respond. It's a good awareness of sometimes our body does things we're not even paying attention, right? It's like how we respond and we're not even paying attention. Try to get your heart to go more forward. Bend your front knee. Try to send both of your inner thighs back. Draw your shoulders out of your ears. Keep the knee bent. Keep the spine more in extension. And if you can sustain all that and start to stretch your legs straight, great. If it won't go today, walk your right hand under your shoulder, lift the back knee, sweep the left arm forward, inhale, exhale, sweep it back and down. Inhale, reach, exhale, back and down. Once more, inhale, exhale, back and down. Both hands inside that front leg, all 10 toes. Heels are gonna turn in this time, toes out, and we're gonna bring our hands up into goddess. All right, you get permission here to hug your shoulders up towards your ears, okay? And just sway a little bit side to side. Your arms can be straight. Some nice tractioning for the back. Getting into those grunts. You can see I'm moving here. This isn't a stagnant pose yet. I'm gonna walk my hands a little closer to my knees. You can still have your shoulders a little more towards the ears. So your arms are straight and strong. And we're just gonna floss that little scapula on the inner border of your shoulder blade. Let your right shoulder dip. Oh, it's like a yawn for the groin in the back. Inhale, center. Exhale. It's really soothing. Inhale, super earthy. Exhale. Inhale. Keep going. How we doing, everybody? Exhale, dip. Inhale. Once more each side. Exhale, right. Inhale. Thank you. Those of you that get to practice live. Exhale. Inhale. Show some love if you practice later too. Hands to heart. Exhale. Sink a little deeper. Remember your inner power. Remember your strength. Because we know that healing, yoga is healing. Healing's not always an easy road, right? We display strength we didn't know we had. Resilience we didn't know was there. Sink a little deeper. Welcome it. Be like, I got you. I got you, you got me, we got each other, we can do this. My favorite Peloton instructor, she always says, keep your crown on straight. So imagine you got your crown on, folks. Don't lose that crown, don't look down. Look straight ahead for 3. Can you sink a little deeper for 2? Yes, you can. Sink a little deeper for 1. Straighten your legs, inhale, nothing lasts forever. Nothing. Turn your 10 toes back towards the long edge of your mat and release your fingers behind you. Isn't that great news? Inhale, roll your chest open. That means enjoy all of it. Exhale, forward fold. Or maybe not enjoy. We won't enjoy everything. But we can at least accept all of it, right? That's why they call it the present, right? It's a gift. If it feels good to bend one knee, you sure can. Keeping the opposite leg straight. The shoulders can get a little, have a tendency to kind of hug up towards the ears here. Lift your shoulders up away from the ears. Try to keep some of that space in your neck and then re-stretch your arms up and over. Notice how your back works differently as you do that. One more deep breath, one more. Keep hugging your feet in toward each other. Hands release down to the ground. Inhale, stretch your heart forward. Exhale, turn your right toes back to the front of your mat. We're going to step back into a plank pose. We're going to lower all the way to the belly, and you can put your knees down if you need to. Exhale. All right. Cobra pose. Cobra pose. Keep your fingers really light. And if you want to scooch them a little more forward, if your shoulders tend to get a lot of tension, sometimes having the hands back will feel like it's bringing more tension to your shoulders. So if you need to, scooch the hands up a little bit. Push your 10 toenails down. Lift your chest. And use your hands a little here and try to energetically pull your hands back towards your feet to allow your heart to come through more. Try not to overcrank in your neck again. Your gaze is just soft and down. Strengthening that upper back. Feeling the front body now connected with the earth. Good. Exhale, release it down. Take your hands back. Now fingernails down. Forearms are down. Forehead is down. And before you lift your head, I want you to lift your shoulder heads up. Start to engage your back right away. And then lift your head and forehead up. Keep lifting the shoulder heads. Keep your fingernails down. Lift your back up, your legs up. Spread through your toes. Light them up. Keep breathing. For 3. Continue to breathe. Keep lifting the shoulder heads. 2. And release. Good. 1. Let it all come down. Now if you want to, bring a cheek to the mat. I can't quite let mine come all the way down with my AirPod in here, but just let that right cheek come down to the mat. And then switch other side. If you prefer, instead of letting a head turn, if that bothers your neck, you can stack your hands, rest your third eye in the back of the hands. A little bit more back bending, so good, because we spend so much of our time probably right now on computers, on phones. All right, take your arms into a cactus shape. I want you to start by lifting your legs. So we're going to isolate the low back here. Forehead's going to stay down. Good. And then lift your head and chest. Cactus your arms. And then begin to reach the arms back. Inhale. And now turn your palms in toward each other. Try to squeeze your hands closer together. Exhale. Good. Open the hands just a little. And squeeze together. Exhale a little higher. One more time. Separate them just a little. Now maybe notice feeling almost a little heat between those hands. Exhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And release. Good. Other hand on top if you stack the hands. Again, other cheek to the mat. Maybe wiggle out those hips just a little bit. Very good. Hands underneath your shoulders. Push up all fours. Inhale. Good. Cross your ankles. You can take your feet straight out ahead. I'm going to turn to face you, but your feet just can go to the front of your mat. I'll stay so I can see you. All right. Pull the flesh out a little bit from underneath those sitting bones. Take your hands to the floor. Separate your feet so they're hip distance apart. We're going to take reverse tabletop. Just a little bit more for the back. Inhale. Lift your hips up. Open your chest and keep your gaze looking down, or you can look towards the sky. Try not to let your head drop all the way back. Just cranks on that neck. Good. For 3, lift your hips a little higher. Maybe your knees start to disappear. 2 and 1. Very good. Release. Let it all come down. Good. You're going to cross your right shin in front of your left shin. Right shin in front of your left shin. Take your hands onto your knees. Roll your shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, take your shoulders out of the ears. One more time, take your shoulders up towards your ears. It's like a squeeze. And exhale, release out of the ears. Take your right hand off to the right. I didn't say this at the beginning, but it looks like I don't know my left from my right on these because the camera, it's the opposite of everything. So this is my right hand, but it's going to look like my left hand. So hopefully that hasn't distracted you the whole time. This woman doesn't know her left from her right. All right, left arm stretching up and over. Oh, let that side body yawn. And we're going to take it up into a twist. So you're going to inhale, bring your body up to neutral, your arms parallel to the ground. Exhale, start to revolve, reaching your right hand to your left knee and your left hand behind you. Sitting up tall, breathe in. Exhale, turn and revolve, breathe out. Again, breathe in. Bend the elbows away from each other. Breathe out. One more time. Inhale, crown of your head right on top of the base of your spine. Exhale. Very good. Inhale, come back to center. We're going to take a hip opener. If you're super open, I'm going to encourage you to take double pigeon, where your right shin Your shins are forward. They're parallel with the short edge of your mat, because remember, you're facing that way. And if it's too much, you just stay where you were, okay? With your feet underneath your knees in Sukhasana. And then exhale. If there's room to fold forward, go ahead and do. If you had a block, really peaceful here to let a block be under your third eye. If I don't have one, I just bring my palms together and let my third eye rest against my thumbs. And if you're very open here, you might be able to bring your forehead all the way down to the ground. So you find that space that feels good in your body. Maybe you're using that mantra again, Lam. Or those mantras of feeling, I am grounded, I am supported, I am grounded, I am supported. Another 2 breaths, breathing in. Appreciating the feedback our body's giving us. Appreciating what it can do today, the way it is showing up today. Very nice. Inhale, let's come all the way back up. Lean back. Woo. Switch the cross of your legs. Left shin's in front this time. Left hand goes out to the left, side bend stretch. So your forearm will start to come toward or to the floor. Opposite arm is going to stretch over. Nothing necessary about the elbow coming down. What I do want you to do is take this bottom shoulder head back. Feel that left scapula, it's like it's moving in towards the spine and down the back. As you reach your top arm over, it's like it's holding the back of the heart there. Bring your gaze, your drishti, wherever it's comfortable. Keep that right sit bone down. And then inhale, bring it all the way up, arms parallel to the ground. Exhale from your low belly, start to revolve your arms so your right hand goes behind you and your left hand comes to your right knee. Nice and tall, breathe in. Exhale, twist. Nice and tall, breathe in. Elbows go out just a little. You feel that when you do that? It's like you send them away from each other. Big expansion in this last exhale. Good, back to center, breathe in. Double pigeon or stay in Sukhasana, starting to fold forward. It's okay if there's space here. We all have a tight side. If you had a towel or a block that you could set there, that's lovely, put that there. Breathe in, breathe out. And if you're more upright like I am, you're just kind of enjoying the stretch, bring your mudra back in. Breathe in, close your eyes, breathing out. You can still have the mudra, if your forearms are on the floor, just take the mudra, turn the mudra up, palms up. This mudra, it helps with so many things, helping to overcome physical and psychological weaknesses, keeps the body healthy. It actually makes the skin glow. Your ring finger represents the earth. Your thumb represents the element of fire. One more. Very slow, come back up, rise up, breathe in. And release the legs, so lean back. Whew. Stretch it out. Give those legs a little shake. Again, pull the flesh out from under those sitting bones. Reach your arms up, flex your feet, breathe in. Paschimottanasana, exhale. This is so good. It brings a nice compression to the organs. As you fold and you lay over. So things that have gotten stuck, we're just giving them a little squeeze, and just like you relax your shoulders out of your ears, and you squeezed them up and you let them go, fresh blood will start to flood into the organs as we come out. So breathe in a way that you're sending love to your inner organs here, and really emphasize the exhale, actually using your core muscles to expel the breath all the way out. Remember, your knees can bend here if you're tighter. There's nothing, again, novel about touching the toes. So if you're tighter, you just have your hands on the floor. You can bend the knees. So if you just want more connection, you still get a beautiful stretch in the posterior chain and the back chain of the body. What would you like to release from your day? What would you like to absorb and let it just kind of be held by the earth? Let the earth absorb maybe the tension, so it can release your from your body. And walk your body back up, breathe in. Before we Shavasana, let's just take a moment, just easy seat. I encourage you, if you have something to sit on, to sit up a little higher, but if you don't have anything, we won't be here long. So we'll come back to our mudra. Ring finger. I might have said index at one point, but hopefully you were looking. I meant ring. Ring finger and thumb. Arms straight. Other 3 fingers extending out. And either using the mantra Lam or I am grounded. I am supported. Close the eyes or let the gaze just be gentle at the earth. If you're outside, practicing being a witness to all the sounds that you hear, possibly things you see, without any judgment. And then slowly let your elbows bend. I want you to just touch your hands to the earth. Feel the deep sensitivity as your hands, whether they're feeling your mat, the grass, carpet. And then we're going to roll back for Shavasana and take a couple of minutes here. So go ahead and lay back. I'm going to stay seated upright just so I can kind of guide you through, but go ahead and lay back onto your back. Close your eyes. Your hands are relaxed now. No mudra is necessary. Let your feet take up some space about as wide as your mat. You can even go wider if it feels good. Palms are turned up. Push into the forearms a little bit and the elbows, and just hug your shoulder blades in toward each other a little bit more. And then relax your arms so your heart feels held. Your chin is level with your forehead. Allow your breath to be easy. And as you lay here, you feel the earth beneath you. practicing being in this present moment. Remembering that there is nothing that we are given that we cannot handle, even though I know it feels hard sometimes. But we can have moments of it being hard without having our whole day feel hard, and that's what the practice helps us do, is realizing that this too shall pass. And through it all, like the earth, remembering that you are grounded and you are supported in ways that you often cannot see or feel with your physical body. But I promise you it's there. So let's just take several minutes here just to lay in peace. I'll give you a cue when it's time to come out. Slowly start to come back. Allow your body to move a little bit again. Maybe it's in your fingers, head even a little side to side, your toes. Stretch the arms up over your head. Bend just your left knee. Put your left foot on the floor. And push with your left foot to help you roll onto your right side, bending the right knee under the left. Right arm supports your head. Push into your hands, gently bring your body back up to an acknowledging that the past is history, the future is a mystery, and this moment is a gift. And it's why we call it the present. Bringing thumbs up to third eye. Thank you, yogis. Thank you for being here, for taking this time for yourselves. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. It was my honor to guide you. Namaste. Thank you everybody. So grateful you are here, and these classes are going to continue. We have another one on Saturday that is a power yoga class. I am doing a chair yoga series for healthcare workers for free through, if you look up Caravan Health, and I can put the link, those are Friday mornings at 9 a.m. They're about 30 minutes, and you do them right from a chair. And just because it's at a chair doesn't mean it's easy. It actually feels amazing. So check that out. It's a really, really sweet practice. And then 9 a.m. Saturday. If you want to do any donations, I'm donating everything that you guys donate, splitting it 50-50 to Feeding America and Lotus House of Yoga, which is our local studio, just to help them. So if you want to make a donation to Venmo, you just find my name, great. And if not, no worries at all. Please feel free to share this. I bet you can think of somebody that would enjoy this practice thoroughly. And please share it with them, tag them, tell them you were thinking about them and that they mean the world to you, and try some yoga, right? It's like the perfect practice for anyone to do. So thank you for hopping on. Thank you for being here. It was so great to have you. Signing off, and we'll see you soon. Thanks, everybody.